Traverse right, gunner! Load! Quickly now! Target that Panzer! Fire!
In the ruins of a French village, an Allied anti-tank gun crew faced the nightmare of advancing German Panzers. Their 6-pounder guns couldn't pierce the frontal armor. Every shot bounced harmlessly. But one gunner, a quiet man from Leeds, refused to retreat. He remembered a forbidden trick, a change in the elevation that no manual ever allowed. He whispered to his loader, "Trust me, just once." That single adjustment would change the outcome of the fight and turn his gun into a Panzer killer. British manuals had strict firing rules. Never exceed the approved elevation angle. It risked damaging the gun's recoil system. But this gunner knew something others didn't. By pushing the barrel slightly higher, the shell could arc, striking the weaker top armor of the Panzer. When the next tank appeared, he ignored the manual, elevated the gun too far, and fired. The shell screamed through the sky, plunging down, and exploded right through the German turret. For a few seconds, no one spoke. The crew watched in disbelief as the mighty Panzer burned. The commander stared at the smoking wreck, whispering, "That's impossible." The gunner simply reloaded. The next tank advanced. Same trick, same result. Within minutes, 3 Panzers were destroyed. What began as disobedience had turned into genius under fire.
Get that weapon online now, gunner!
What is the holdup? I'm trying, sir. The feeder's jammed.
I don't want excuses. Fix it now.
Later, the commander demanded to know what the gunner had done. "You broke every firing rule we have," he shouted. The gunner smiled and replied, "Sir, the book wasn't written for this war." It was a simple truth. Battlefields don't follow manuals. His elevation trick soon spread quietly among nearby crews. No official training mentioned it, but every soldier whispered about the Panzer killer angle.
It's fractured right at the housing.
Can it be salvaged, sir?
Only if we reinforce this section according to the plans.
Back at the workshop, engineers examined the gun. They confirmed it wasn't designed for that angle. It could warp the barrel or damage the breech. But they couldn't argue with the results. Reports came in of similar kills across other sectors. The forbidden method had become a battlefield legend, an act of desperation that rewrote the rules of anti-tank warfare.
The reports confirm the 6th Panzer Division is holding the line near here, sir.
Indeed. But this gap near the Meuse is our opportunity. Prepare the orders.
When headquarters heard of the trick, they ordered an investigation. Instead of punishment, they found a pattern. More German armor was being destroyed in regions where gunners ignored the elevation limits. Quietly, new test programs began. Engineers tried adjusting elevation gears and found that with slight modifications, the gun could handle it safely. The trick had become doctrine, born from one man's defiance. For German tank crews, something had changed. They once believed Allied anti-tank guns were useless from the front. Now, reports spread of shells piercing from above. Unpredictable. Terrifying. Panic began to grow. Tank commanders avoided ridgelines and open roads, unsure where the next impossible shot would come from. Fear, once their weapon, turned against them. Weeks later, the same gunner was killed in action. His crew survived, still using his elevation trick. They painted his name on the side of the gun. The Panzer Killer. When the war ended, his method had become standard practice in several British and Canadian units. He never lived to see it, but his defiance saved hundreds of lives. Today, Military historians call it an unofficial ballistic innovation. It proved that sometimes survival depends not on rules, but on courage and intuition. That nameless gunner's forbidden elevation trick turned a standard field gun into one of the deadliest weapons against German armor. A reminder that even in war, brilliance often begins with disobedience.